Titan is a newer boot from Thursday Boot Company released in late 2022, and it's basically like the President but with a Storm King outsole. There are a few major differences like the padded tongue and the introduction of a Goodyear Storm welt instead of the regular Goodyear welt. Plus, the 3 leather options are all practically waterproof. Thursday did something very similar with their most popular boot, the Captain. You can find versions of the Captain with the heavy Storm King lug outsole as well. However, I think the Titan deserves to step out of the shadow of the President because of the 360-degree Storm Goodyear welt and the leather choices. The Titan is really Thursday's first winter boot. It's still got the slimmer, more narrow, and fashionable style Thursday's known for, but the construction and materials make it a perfect match for terrible weather. And to dive deeper into why I think so, here's my full review. Probably the #1 reason Thursday boots are so popular is because they all have a more narrow toe box. Compared to legacy brands like Red Wing, which mostly have a boxy, bulky style, Thursdays were basically the first high-quality boot that balanced dressy and rugged styles. The Titan is a continuation of that same theme. The toe is fairly narrow, not uncomfortably so, but it definitely works with a pair of slim-fit jeans. I think you could also pull off a pair of straight-cut jeans with these boots too because of the added size of the Storm King outsole. I picked up my Titans in the tan matte leather. I was also really interested in the wax cocoa version, but I have the Thursday Logger and a bunch of other boots including Truman and Nick's in that very similar leather, so that's just too many waxed cocoa leather boots for me. Thursday also offers the Titan in matte black leather, which I think is a way better alternative to the 1460 Doc Martens, both from a style and quality perspective. The Thursday Titan is a simple plaid toe boot with a bit of heft to it. I'm not blown away with the style, but it's solid, works well with a variety of outfits, and is exactly what I expected when I placed my order. Thursday's always done a fantastic job with their leather selection, and I love that the 3 options available for the Titan are all basically waterproof. Both the black matte and the tan matte leathers are Thursday's weather-safe nubuck. Nubuck leather is robust. It's made from lightly sanding the exterior of a hide and is stuffed with oils and waxes. This particular leather that Thursday uses also goes through their weather-safe process, which adds a layer of waterproofing spray as well to the leather before the boot is assembled. So for the 2 matte leather options, you're basically not going to ruin the leather unless you stand inside of a river for an hour. Even then, once the boots dry out, they're probably going to be okay. The cocoa leather is a little different. It's a waxed rough out, and rough out leather is basically the reverse side of a full grain leather. So you're getting the napped fibers on the outside and putting the smooth side of the leather on the inside of the boot. This is how a lot of boots used in World War II were made because of how little care the leather needs and how sturdy it is. And here's an example. This is the Truman. So rather than leaving that napped fibers, there's actually a layer of wax applied to it, so that keeps it basically waterproof completely. So I do have to note that the Titan isn't fully waterproof, but practically speaking, it's so water resistant that I sincerely doubt your socks are ever going to get wet when wearing them. All 3 of the leathers used on the Titan don't need much care beyond occasionally wiping them down with a damp rag or brushing them down with a horsehair brush. But on the off chance if your matte leathers get super muddy and you're feeling like you absolutely need to clean them, I have a video popping up now for how to clean your Thursday rugged and resilient leather. The matte leather is a little different, but I follow the same exact process. The sole on the Titan is the star of the show. So Thursday released their new Storm King outsole a few years ago, and it's basically a heavy rubber lug sole with half-inch lugs for excellent traction on wet surfaces. And essentially it has never-ending durability because this heel is so thick, it's never going to wear down. If you've ever been frustrated at that rubber piece in the heel that wears down too fast, you're going to love the Storm King outsole because this is 3 centimeters or 1.25 inches of rubber right here, and that's not going to wear down anytime soon. The Storm King outsole offers a good balance of shock absorption, durability, and traction. So shock absorption and traction usually go hand in hand, and they're often opposed to durability. So softer rubber, it's more comfortable, it grips better. Harder rubber lasts longer, but it's less comfortable. Overall, I'd say the Titan is a very comfortable boot. The insole is a high-density foam, so it's comfortable right out of the box, and Thursday uses cork filler in the midsole, which allows for a more consistent break-in. Now, boots with full synthetics through the midsole often just kind of give up at a certain point, but while cork compresses a bit to mold to the shape of your foot, it never fully collapses. So the Thursday Titan felt a little bit snug at first, but after 2 wears, they stretched out a little bit and they fit really, really well. I ordered a half size smaller than my Brannock sizing. Your Brannock size is often what you most get for your dress shoes and sneakers. So for example, I'm a 10.5 in sneakers and dress shoes, and I got the size 10 in the Titan, and they fit perfectly. I also ordered a size 10 for all my other Thursday boots, so if you have another pair of Thursday boots, just get that same size. The fit of the Titan is spot on. I do have a complete guide to sizing Thursday boots in the description below if you want more details on how to find your right size. As for the break-in period, there's basically none with the Thursday Titan. They're actually pretty squeaky for the first few wears, but that went away as the tongue broke in more. Comfort-wise, they're great out of the box. The leather's going to stretch a little bit as you wear them, so they'll feel most snug when they're brand new. While I didn't try the cocoa leather for the Titan, I know the leather's a little bit stiffer than the matte leathers because of my experience with the Thursday Logger. You may want to avoid committing to a 5-mile walk for your first Titan cocoa wear, but overall, I wouldn't worry about the break-in period whatsoever. I'm really impressed with the Thursday Titan. It's not the most adventurous boot in terms of style. It's a straightforward plain toe boot with a heavy rubber lug outsole. But the 360-degree Goodyear Storm Welt, weather-resistant leather, and Storm King outsole make this a winter-ready boot that can handle all kinds of nasty weather and still look stylish. It's not an insulated boot, but it's got a 2mm leather upper and a 1mm leather lining, plus a padded tongue. So you're going to get a good amount of leather that protects you from the elements. Overall, this is a solid boot for the tail end of fall and through the winter for everyday wear. Now, if you want to see what I thought about Thursday's most popular boot, you can check out my review of the Thursday Captain after 4 years of wearing right there. I'll see you in the next video, and until next time, put your best boot forward.